New information in the death of a 6-month-old infant. CBS 7 just learned that CPS had an open investigation into an incident just days before the baby's death. 20-year-old Caleb Givens was arrested today in Odessa, charged with manslaughter and injury to a child.
CBS 7's Matt Rist has been digging on this story today and found many other instances of child deaths during pending CPS investigations. Matt, what does this mean? Does this mean that authorities knew this child could be in danger?
Jay Tatum, here's what we know. Just 12 days before this baby was found dead, CPS opened an investigation which it never closed. Now, according to arrest affidavits, Givens admitted to shoving a baby bottle into the infant's mouth, cutting him so bad he had to go to the hospital, which begs the question, why didn't CPS intervene before? 20-year-old Caleb Givens was arrested for second-degree manslaughter after baby Jeremiah died on November 27, 2013. The arrest affidavit says it appears he suffocated after an object was pressed against his face. Givens admitted to wrapping up the baby so tight he could not move. Investigators say the baby was placed on a bed with 4 other people in a position that left him prone to serious bodily injury or death.
The elements for manslaughter are basically recklessness.
12 days before, that same baby was in the hospital with injuries to his mouth so bad he needed stitches. Givens later admitted he forcefully shoved the baby's bottle into his mouth because he was crying and would not stop.
I love my brother to death, but wrong is wrong and right is right. And if he goes to jail for that, he needs to face the light and face the music, because that's just what that is.
According to investigators, the children lived in deplorable conditions. The room where the baby was sleeping was found to be infested with cockroaches. An open investigation was launched by CPS on November 16th, and despite a CPS home visit, the baby was not taken out of their household. We asked CPS why they left the child there. In a statement, they say, quote, "We have to make judgment calls. We believed the child was not in immediate danger. The decision to take a child from his or her parents is not taken lightly, and oftentimes a household that seemed safe at one time can later become unsafe." We asked if the baby had been taken out after the first incident, would he still have died? CPS says it's something they always think about, but that they did not have grounds for removing the child the first time. In a recent Texas Senate meeting, it was noted that out of the 156 children who died from abuse or neglect in 2013, 23 of those children died while there was an open CPS investigation, in instances like this one, which has some experts calling for reform.
CPS caseworkers really do have high caseloads, and they don't always have what I would consider adequate training in order to handle the serious nature of those cases.
CPS says there is no simple answer to what happened. CBS tells us another child in the home was voluntarily placed outside of that home. Now there are many lingering questions here. One was for Odessa Police Department about why they didn't intervene and arrest this man before when that first incident occurred. They told us that the investigator handling this case was out today, and we'll hope to have those answers for you tomorrow. Live in the studio, I'm Matt Rist, CBS 7 News.
Matt, thank you very much. According to data from the fiscal year 2013, the average caseload for a CPS caseworker was 20 plus 30 to 40 conservatorships, which require monthly check-ins. Our expert says with 2 to 3 children in most of those investigations, it is difficult for caseworkers to thoroughly investigate each and every case.